Hello world, we're back. We've got Artifact Aggro. It's way different, alright? First of all, rest in peace, Clay Champion. I love the card. We thank you for your service. You were awesome. So many times did I flash you in with this deck with Urza's Battlethopter to just put counters on things and trigger things and just destroy an enemy on their attack. But it's out of the deck because we've tuned it to be much more aggressive. We want it to come down lands, and actually the main reason that I wanted to take him out was because I was playing Mishra's Foundry, thinking it's an artifact, it synergizes well, it's aggressive, but then whenever you have one Mishra's Foundry in play, then you can't play Clay Champion turn 4 because you don't have 2 of each of the colors, or 4 of one of the colors, or however you might want to do it. And that was a huge downside to playing Clay Champion, and it was giving me some pretty big trouble. So I took out the Clay Champion, went down a couple lands, and we also took out the Galagreeters because they're non-artifact creatures and just weren't synergizing super well. So now the only non-artifact creature in the deck is the Wurmlet, which is amazing in this deck. And then we brought up 2 Rootwire Amalgams, and we came up with some Spirit Realms. We're all the way up to 4 now, and the really nice interaction here is that touch the Spirit Realm's channel cost. When they go to remove a thing, you're like, haha, channel, I'll save it. But with creatures that have ETB effects, like Simian Simulacrum, you get extra bonuses when he comes in, Combat Thresher as well. But then again, with Prototype, you cast it for 3, it's a 1/1. Then when I channel it and it comes back into play, I do draw the card, but it also is a 3/3 now. It comes back in for its full version. So this applies to the Rootwire Amalgams and the Autonomous Assembler. And then, of course, the Assembler is the only assembly worker in the deck, but that is relevant because Mishra's Foundry can 1 and tap to give it +2, which people always forget about this ability. You know, everyone crews it up, makes it a 2/2 and attacks with it, but almost you never see, rarely really do you see it tap to give an assembly worker +2/+2. So I've caught some people off guard with that one. And yeah, let's try it. And we're up against opponent the Funky Monkey. And, man, I guess this hand is just keepable, right? Mishra's Foundry. It causes some trouble with the mana base sometimes, being a colorless land, even in a mostly artifact colorless deck. Start with the Wurmlet always. Wurmlet's the best. Then, be so nice to play 2 Hotshot Mechanics here. Now, opponent, mono blue, the Funky Monkey, got Make Disappear for sure, right? So let's play Hotshot Mechanic first. That way, not as bad to have it countered, I guess. We'd rather that be countered than the Rootwire Amalgam. Let's smash in for one damage at a time. We're gonna get this guy. Funky Monkey's almost diamond. Doesn't want to lose this game. He has another counter spell for sure, and we can't draw lands. Let's risk it now. Does he have a second one for sure? You're a nasty boy, aren't you, Funky Monkey? Nasty. The fun police is here. No spells for you, young man. You're gonna just be the victim of my counter spells all game. Ha 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 ha. That's my impression of the Funky Monkey. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Kind of embarrassed now. Ramble sometimes when I get embarrassed. Alright, opponent. Yeah. Do the thing. I think I got a Bankbuster and just start drawing cards. Because, like, hell, if I don't draw lands, we're gonna lose. Who knows? Maybe opponent's got 3 lands in hand and nothing to do. And we're gonna just slowly crawl back into this game. 1 land at a time. I said 1 land at a time. Yes. Alright. Counterspell? It's honestly a good target, yeah. honestly. Stops the Wurmlet from gaining life and growing, and the Hotshot Mechanic also crews the Bankbuster alone. Smashes in for 5 again. Plays a land. Alright, now he's got to be out of gas, right? And this thing's ward cost is 2. God, I want to try to draw with this so badly. Try to hit the land so I could play the Assembler. Alright. Sometimes the play that you have to make is draw and hope to hit the land. And if you do, you have a chance. And if you don't, you lose the game, right? Then other times you have to say, well, maybe I don't lose the game just yet anyways. So if I draw and I risk it, I might be risking it for nothing. So, can I live here without Bankbuster draw? I can flash in the Battlethopter. That'll grow the Wurmlet. Then the Wurmlet can crew the Bankbuster, and I could double block the Tolarian Terror with the Battlethopter and the Bankbuster. That'll be 6 power, or 5 power and 6 toughness, so he could only kill 1. But then, of course, we lose to any counterspell or Fading Hope, anything that removes a creature from the blocking, from the blockers. Okay. I think that's the highest upside play. We're going to risk it like that. I'm going no attacks, end of turn. Opponent thirsts on his own turn. Probably finds some counter magic or something in there. Man, I should have cast Urza's Battlethopter in response to the thirst. Oh, he impulses. Good, he doesn't have it. Phew. We might be okay here. We might be okay to stabilize here. No, it's Fading Hope. Ah, we knew it was a possibility. Alright, it's got to be a land off the top now, right? We've drawn so many cards and next to no lands. Jesus, man. Come on. Come on, Jesus. This is all your fault. Alright. Wurmlet, hit ourselves for 1, because Pain land. And then Assembler. Assembler grows the Thopter. Assembler grows the Wurmlet. And we'll pass the turn. No, we'll attack with the Battlethopter. Wurmlet has Death Touch. If he goes to remove the Wurmlet in response, we'll crew the Bankbuster. If he has 2 removal spells, we're dead. What sucks here is if he removes the Assembler in response, Wurmlet loses Death Touch, but he doesn't have it. Another Terror. Okay, and we hit a land. Boys. Boys, 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 boys. We might be in business here. We can Soul Partition thing on his turn, and then we might just have to chump with the Assembler. But we're not going to block with the Battlethopter, so we may as well attack with it. Thing is, I have to leave up mana. I have to leave up 2 mana to pay the ward cost, so maybe that's not what I want to do. I think I'll play the Frontliner. I could use that chump block. And then as long as I'm not dead on board, I'll draw with Bankbuster, and the Assembler will put a counter on himself. Whew. This is a tough game 1, man. I was hoping to kind of come out swinging, bunch of creatures, aggro, attack, easy win, show you guys how the deck shines. Instead, I'm showing you guys how the deck struggles. But I mean, we're struggling successfully here, I'd say. So, 2 mana into the Bankbuster to draw, 1 mana into the Assembler to grow him. And we do hit 1 land, so likely with some counter magic. Let's just continue our patience. Let's go that and that for this automation. Automaton, I mean. Make disappear. really want to pay that, honestly. Okay, let's think about it. Let's think. With the 3 mana available, we could draw a card off Bankbuster and grow the Assembler. And Automaton entering doesn't do that much. Doesn't trigger anything, doesn't grow the Liberator. We don't have any Wurmlets in play to grow. I think it's fine, we'll just let it get countered. We have better things to do with our mana than pay 2 for that. So, let's just attack for 2 in the air. Or we attack with this guy too. Yeah, we attack with this guy too, because he's got Vigilance. And then this guy does the sneaky, okay? Opponent probably forgets. Everyone forgets about this. So, Mishra's Foundry, a second ability that no one ever uses. Give target assembly worker +2. This is an assembly worker. He's like, what? Then his own trigger. Oh. Yeah. Feels good. Yeah, baby. Yes. Wow, that was such a grind, dude. Holy crap, man. After that game one, if you guys could please like the video, man, it means so much. It really helps. Wow. All right, let's keep going. I might have to just take a little break after that one, take a breather, calm myself down. Artifact aggro. Love to play this deck, man. I'm playing so much soldiers, and I do love soldiers too, but this is dear. It's dear to me to spice it up with some nice artifacts. See, nowhere else but here. I wish I could make like all of my content be truly homebrewed. I just don't have the time to like playtest and build and make that many good decks. Oof. Unfortunately, we've been matched up against mono white while they're on the play. And mono white on the play is, sorry, mono blue on the play is almost unbeatable. It's like, if they have the god draw, they just win. And for some reason, every time I play, they have the god draw. But we did smash them last game, so let's try to do it then. I can't remember if they were on the play or draw last game. So we'll start with this Foundry. We'll attack for 2. And then almost no matter what we cast, it's going to get countered, right? What would we rather get countered? The Automaton or the Bankbuster? I think it's the Bankbuster, so we'll start with the Automaton. It gets countered. Hopefully we could get the Bankbuster to resolve next turn. It does resolve, so we might actually be good here. I think opponent really messed up not holding up the mana. The really good mono blue players, they're very patient. Like, they have no hurry at all to play out their Djinn. Sometimes they'll not play Djinn until there's like 9 sorceries in their graveyard. You know, it comes in and it's a 9/4 by the time it hits play. And opponent being impatient too, doing Consider and Impulse on his own turn. Should be leaving up all of his mana to intimidate me and make me play around who knows what. And then do that stuff later. Even attacks. Okay. Feeling pretty good here. We have a lot of potential. I'm going to start off with a single Hotshot Mechanic. Let's see. Opponent does nothing, so the Wurmlet grows, we gain a life. Then we're going to crew with this Hotshot Mechanic. And that's going to be a lot of damage. Opponent shores up. Okay. It's going to have hexproof after this, so in response, let's Soul Partition. Maybe we want a Fateful Absence? I don't think so. I think Soul Partition is just as great, if not greater. Yes, it resolves. That's probably game now. Opponent has to take a turn to rebuild a board or play a creature, otherwise he's dead. So he does rebuild. Now, we have the mana to cast the Fateful Absence and crew the Foundry, or not crew, but make the Foundry a creature. So let's think here. Fateful Absence, kill the Djinn. Opponent has one blocker. We use one of the mechanics to crew the Bankbuster. So he blocks the biggest, which is 4, and then we get in with the Wurmlet 3, a mechanic 2, 5, and then 2 from the Foundry. It's not lethal, it's a total of 7 damage. But that'll put opponent to 2. 2, and we'll still have 3 creatures. So we're gonna do it anyways. We'll have 3 creatures plus the Foundry to crew whenever we want. So like this. Like this. He blocks the biggest. And it's not gonna matter, my friend. I've had you. Thank you for coming out. Oh, yeah. Move the blocker around. What more can you do? He can't block the Wurmlet because it has Death Touch. It's got to be the Bankbuster. Show me what you got, opponent. Let me see the crazy comeback. It would have to be something unexpected. I don't know. If he's on 2, right? So yeah. We got him. Mono blue. We beat mono blue twice in a row. Yes. Feels good. Feels good. Alright, so opponent gets to go first this time. And we have a really nice curve. 1, 2, and 3. So we'll keep this. Can't ask for much more than 3 lands and 1 of each CMC. Especially in an aggro deck when this is exactly what you want to be doing. It's mono red. So likely they remove the Wurmlet. But if they don't, we're in good shape. Like really good shape. Oh, it's not mono red. Okay, we don't really know what it is. It's probably the typical Grixis list, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, this Foundry could have been the Brushland, so I don't think it matters. But Automaton triggers the Wurmlet. Get in for 2. Now, I'm kind of expecting it to be Fable of the Mirror Breaker, yeah. I kind of brain-lagged thinking of the card name and made it so that by the time the card came out, I'd already seen it. I like the Battlethopter in this order. Like when I have Wurmlet Automaton Thopter, that's like a really good order to do things in. But with this particular board state, if I cast the Liberator, I can't attack with the Automaton this turn. So I think to be as aggressive as possible, I'll Simulacrum right now. Placing the 2 counters on the Automaton, so both can attack comfortably. Smashing in for 7, putting opponent all the way down to 11. Another reason I like to put the counters on the Automaton is that Ward 2. It gets pretty pesky, and we know that most of these Grixis lists don't run board wipes. I think I'm actually fine to do this here. If it is a board wipe, then it's really good. Okay, so that's gonna -5 the Meekstone, or sorry, the Wurmlet for sure. No, I kind of feel like just coming out with Simulacrum is gonna be really good. We're gonna put opponent on 6, 7, 8, do 8 damage, put him on 3. Putting opponent on 3 here is... I think that's setting us up to win the game any turn now, so we'll put the counters on the Automaton again, because it'll stick around.
Now, what will opponent do? Be hard for him to remove the automaton. Nice, we hit a land, that's so good. Let us attack. And see what he has. A stern lesson. Opponent's digging for something. What could he be digging for? A braid doesn't even kill it now. So let's... Now that he's actually used up so much mana, I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna Soul Partition his Kiki-Jiki right now. Because he's really low on mana all of a sudden. Nice, yeah. Him stern lessening really just made me see, like, the avenue is open, shields are down, kill, kill, you know? Is big time thinking when an opponent has all that mana open and cards in hand. It's like, alright, well, he has the 2 mana to pay the ward cost, but then once he pays 3 and he's only got, you know, just a bit of mana up, it's like, alright, well, maybe he doesn't have it after all. Let's go for it. Anyways, GG. Let's get some more wins. We go first, but we hate this hand. We hate it. It's so slow. Slow, right? Convince me. Alright, let me convince myself to keep this bad hand, okay? Yes, we don't get to play anything turn 1 because of the color restriction, so we start with the tapped land. The next turn, we could play the Autonomous Assembler. Then the turn after that, we could either go Combat Thresher, touch the Spirit Realm. Alright, just because we don't have a turn 1 play doesn't mean it's a bad hand. I think it's a bad hand. I'm for keeping it. I don't know if the bike picks that up or not, but I think it could be a mistake to keep this hand, but we'll know in the next 2 or 3 minutes whether or not. Next time we have a hand like this, we should keep it or mull it. That being said, it depends heavily on the draw. Like, the draw can make this a fine keeper and could also make it something I should have mulled. Oh, some pretty cool sleeves here. Either Orzhov or Esper Legends. I like the Legends deck. Pretty cool. I don't play against it frequently enough to be like really frustrated by it, but it is a top tier tech deck that I could see getting pretty frustrating to lose to too often. What is opponent gonna do? Let's go like this. Turn the music right down last night because I wasn't recording. So. Oh, opponent didn't realize it was his turn. So it is Esper, the more common of the two lists. And he just passes. Okay. Make Disappear? Who knows? Usually this deck doesn't run Make Disappear, I don't think. Well, we drew a white mana, so I think I'm gonna Hotshot Mechanic. End the turn. We don't want to attack because that Ashnod Flesh Mechanic Mechanist, whatever. That dude has Death Touch. We don't want to trade with no Death Touch creature, no 1/1 for my juicy Autonomous Assembler. Especially after he won us that game 1. Buddy. I'll never forget you, Autonomous Assembler. You're my favorite. We decided not to play into whatever opponent wanted to do last turn with his mana. So that really incentivizes him to spend his mana now. He does that, then he attacks. So I'm gonna do a pretty greasy move here. I'm gonna block with this assembler, okay? Now this does 2 things. it doesn't let him get his combat trigger or his draw trigger from the Praetor here. So after blocks, we're going to touch the Spirit Realm on our own homeboy. And when he comes back, he's the 4/5 version of himself. So now it's turn 4, and our board state is pretty decent, I would say. So I don't really want to attack with Mechanic. So let's go to combat and just attack with this autonomous assembler. And I won't put the counter on him. We miss out on the point of damage, but I want him to remain untapped for now. Then we'll pay 3 for this Combat Thresher, drawing a card. And we have the 1 mana up to grow the assembler at our leisure. What shall opponent do? Nice that the Combat Thresher matches up extremely well against the Flesh Mechanist. He attacks with 1. Okay. And Knives, what does he discard? Has to be a non-land, otherwise the Combat Thresher just laughs. Laughs and first strikes him for 1 damage. So he discarded, oh, the Toulouse. I've only ever seen this card once, and I don't know, it did some crazy stuff, man. I think I'll block like this. Put the counter on himself. And we drew another Thresher last turn. What, oh what are we going to do now? I suppose first we go to combat, attack for 5. Opponent takes 5. Okay. No need to grow the assembler anymore. He's a big enough home bro. So we'll pay 2 for the Patchwork Automaton. And then we'll cast 2 Hotshot Mechanics to play our hand out, go very wide, and really put that idea into opponent's head that he should scoop the game. Look at the board state. Look at your health, man. Just give up. Hopefully opponent picks up the telepathic message I'm sending to him. Just give me the win, bro. You don't want to play Shieldred. Opponent definitely has outs. I don't have any blocks here, so he draws from the Connive, becomes a 2/5. He draws again from the Yawgmoth. Or the Gix, I guess I should call him. And then, yeah, that's gonna gain some life over time. What would be a good play for him? Wedding announcement. If he has a wedding announcement, that'd be really good. Alright, he has nothing. So, do we have Yeo Lethal? Touch the Spirit Realm is an instant speed Trickeroony, but I think we could just use it now and get rid of the Death Toucher pre-combat. Then, say he has removal in hand for the Assembler. Is a 3/3, he blocks the biggest, he takes exactly 6. Yeah, it looks to me like we probably have lethal. Opponent could have 2 spells, and then we might not have lethal, and that would kind of suck. We got blown out. Let me just think about it a little bit longer here before I make any bad decisions. Get rid of that. Get rid of the Gix with this, okay? Let's do it. Let's just go for it. Attack with everything. Okay. It's lethal. overthinking it for nothing. You know, sometimes they have it and sometimes they don't. And you shouldn't feel bad if you think a bit too long. Sometimes it pays off big time when you take the extra minute to think about it. So, yeah. GG, opponent. GG. Okay, we've got to go first and a nice hand again. So, definitely going to keep this one. We'll start off with the Hotshot Mechanic, who I think is the best turn 1 play, other than maybe the Wurmlet in the right hand. Then, we haven't got to see the Rootwire Amalgam shine, so that would be fun. That would be fun. Mono red, okay. Opponent drops the Phoenix Chick. So let's play in an aggressive manner, but still conservative enough that we care about our health total. I think starting with the Automaton is good. It has Ward, which is really, really good against mono red, because, of course, it has so much cheap removal, and it doesn't play many lands. So, starting with the Automaton, and then double spelling next turn with the Amalgam and the Frontliner, will make the Automaton suddenly be a 3/3 Ward 2, and that's very good. So it's a bit of a slower start, which you wouldn't think is good against mono red, but since we're on the play, and I already have a tempo advantage, I think it's the right move. So, just like we said, we'll go Rootwire, Automaton grows, then Frontliner, Automaton grows, and then let's attack. We're getting very aggressive. I don't think opponent will block with the infantry. He does, which means he's worried about his life total, which is a good thing. Whenever you're playing against mono red, and they're worried about themselves and playing defensively, you know you're most likely winning. Like, I want to say always, but always isn't quite the right word. Sometimes you play defensively in aggro decks, till you stabilize and turn around, of course. Ramble on. Opponent impulses, finds another impulse and a strike. Plays another check. Okay. We got 7 damage, which means next turn we have lethal, and we even draw a Wurmlet. So we'll play Wurmlet first, so we get that juicy life gain from the artifact ETB. Wow. Did we ever smash them? And then next turn, we'll definitely have lethal, because neither of those checks can block. Opponent can only remove 1, maybe 2 things, but we have the Mishra's Foundry here too. Awesome, man. Short game. Almost plat 1. Well, well, well. We're happy to see that we get to go first. I think this hand is keepable. We get to play Automaton turn 2 and then grow it. Mono red. Again. Okay. Automaton turn 2, just like we said. Then maybe I'll touch the Spirit Realm. Oh. Shot to the heart, man. When they get you with end the festivities before your Automaton ever gets to grow. He never even got a chance to live his life. He had so much potential. That card's probably the best mono red card in this matchup. Honestly, if they have it in their opening hand, it's so good. It hits the Hotshot, it hits the Teething Wurmlet, it hits the Automaton, and it doesn't have to pay the ward cost on the Automaton. Like, it's just so good. Nothing really keeps us alive here. I guess I could just Bankbuster and play the Hotshot Mechanic. That way I could crew it, and I have a decent blocker. Maybe opponent won't realize that the lowly 2/1 can crew on his own. Hopefully he misses it and attacks in with the Epicure or even the Mishra's Foundry, even better. Let's highlight it for him so opponent sees that we're looking at it. Sometimes if you, oh my god. Speaking of end the festivities, man, he's got it again. Well, at least we get the crew in response. If he has a lightning strike now, oh my god, bro, the nuts, the nuts. I know I say the nuts a lot. If anyone doesn't know, in poker, when you have like the royal flush or whatever's on board, the best possible hand that could go with what's on board, that's referred to in poker as the nuts, the unbeatable best of the best. So that's what I mean by the nuts when I talk about opponent having it so often. Looks like we'll just be soul partitioning whatever the biggest thing we can hit. And a Phoenix check, really? I guess it's a Phoenix check with a 1/1 counter. Definitely, we can't even hit the Foundry anyways, because it is a land, and partition hits non-land specifically. So we're almost stable. We could use a draw. That's a card. We'll go with the Simulacrum, put the counters on himself so he could eat the faces. And then I almost want to wait with the Frontliner, man. The thing about the Frontliner is... yeah, we'll wait with the Frontliner so we could draw off the Bankbuster. It's not the thing with the Frontliner specifically. I was thinking about if I draw a land next turn or don't have any gas, then I want to get my Wurmlet to grow no matter what. So having an artifact in hand guarantees it. Opponent gets in for 2 in the air. That's a slow clock. It's pretty good for us because we have life gain currently till opponent removes the Wurmlet. Okay. Great, so we'll play the Simulacrum so we could have 2 mana to Bankbuster once again. This time the Simulacrum is going to grow Whom himself again. Now we're up to 8, and it's time to mount the counterattack. Smash for 4 with Simulacrum. The Simulacrum. Alright, time to get serious. We have... this is a beautiful interaction. Just a quick little thing here. He only gets the counter the first time this ability resolves per turn, right? So if you wait till opponent's turn to activate Bankbuster for the last time, well, when the last token comes off of him, it makes a treasure, which grows the Wurmlet. So sometimes they might not expect you to have it. Like, you might only have 2 mana and no Battlethopter in play. So they don't see the Wurmlet growing at instant speed, and then it happens suddenly. So this is only target attacking assembly worker, the secondary mode on here. And for turn. And we'll go soldier for turn. Grow the Wurmlet. Screw this bad boy up. And we're on 8. It's time to go ham. It's time to say, opponent, you want to win this game? Now's your chance. Next turn, buddy. You're going to have to do it. We are, of course, going to play another Frontliner to have a second chump blocker, gain another life from the Wurmlet, be at 9, and have touch the Spirit Realm up at instant speed to exile any of his tricks he might have. This hits target artifact or creature, so it can hit a Mishra's Foundry if it gets screwed up. Decides to block 5. Okay. Opponent down to 4. Mechanized Warfare. Yeah, good card, but not gonna cut it. Brazier. Oh, I forgot to play the Frontliner post-combat last turn. Awkward. So we'll get rid of that. We'll block this just to stay as healthy as we can. Imagine that killed us. Spooky. Okay, let's get to plot 1 here. Let's get it up. Let's get it. Okay, last game of the video. Win or lose, ladies or gentlemen. Win or lose, last game. Mono ready yet again. I swear. That's all we get. We kept this hand maybe too abruptly. Maybe I should have thought about it a bit longer and said it's not fast enough. But we're here now. We did keep it. So opponent plays with fire on our face. Maybe opponent will play a Phoenix check on his 4th turn, and we'll get to eat it with Battlethopter and stabilize very slowly. So opponent does nothing. Let's pass with the Thopter up. Doesn't even shock our face. I don't know what he has, man, but whatever it is, it ain't good for us. What about now? Nothing. Cast nothing. Okay. We'll play the Battlethopter. It resolves with no problems, and then it dies. Very well. We're gonna play... I guess we'll play the Bankbuster, and we'll leave up the instant speed to channel this, but we're just gonna draw. I mean, there's nothing really we want to hit right now. Go to 11 already. I mean, opponent has been fairly slow for mono red. Please, we need to draw into Wurmlet or something that'll gain us life, or Board State. Not that. Certainly didn't need to draw into nothing. So we'll play the Simulacrum. Put the counters on himself. It's the only target anyways. Opponent considers burning it. Okay, well, I wanted to use this 2 mana to draw with a Bankbuster, but bouncing the Simulacrum and having a blocker is going to be better. Love the versatility of Touch the Spirit Realm as a protection spell sometimes, removal spell most of the time. And just, you know, very good. Even the fact that you could channel their creatures if it's going to be, like, the turn you win. Like, oh, it's good, it's good. That's why I'm playing 4 of it. It's an enchantment, but good enough to be in the artifact deck. Rootwire Amalgam for 5? Nah. Let's just play this guy for 2. I guess it's time to start attacking, right? I don't want to sit around and just let opponent kill us. So we smash for 4. What could be in his hand, dude? Could he have, like, the 6 mana Blade Coil Serpent? 6 and X? Or maybe he could have a prototype one? No, because that one's prototype cost is 5, I believe. I don't know. I don't know what he has and isn't casting, but... Okay. Multiple copies of End the Festivities? Really? 3 of them. He had 3 of them. Okay. So we're down to 2 now. But we draw a bunch of cards. Come on, give us a Wurmlet. Please, 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 a Wurmlet. 2 more draws. 1, no, 1 more. The Wurmlet. Oh, okay. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana. Let's quickly pass the turn. And then we could do some stuff at instant speed. He has a Phoenix Chick, so we're going to 1. Okay, so we do this. And then next, we do this. And then next, we do this. We got him, boys. We got him so good. And then that's going to make the thing, and then that's going to crew this one. And then we'll go to blockers. We could even cast this. We'll think about it. We'll go to blockers. That kills that. That kills that. That kills that. His whole board is dead. Okay, then he's on 16. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't count that. Count that as 4. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my god. Yes! Look at this, dude. We're insane. We are insane. So put the counters on this guy. Then through with this. Then attack with all. Put the counter on himself. And... no! I did math correctly again. This is the second time I've done this recently. Oh god. I was too hasty. I was too excited about it. Way too excited. Oh my god. Oh my god, opponent, please don't draw it. Please don't draw it. Don't have it, bro. Don't have it. Oh. Relief. You know, if opponent had it there, then good on him. Opponent doesn't get to have it. I'm sorry, buddy. I won't make you wait it. Good game. Yeah, success. Well, the sprint to Mythic wasn't as quick as I would have liked it to be. It's already the 5th of January, but you know what? We're getting there. Part of the problem is that, I don't know if you guys, pay that much attention or whatnot, but a lot of the times I play a deck, I get to like Plat 2, and then the next time I post a video, I'm starting at Plat 3. And the reason for that is a lot of times I'm brewing decks, and I'm trying them out, and I'm testing them in ranked because the standard play is just not competitive enough to actually test a deck. And then I'm de-ranking, so by the time I get a good version of a deck that is going to work for a video, then I go to record that video, and I've, lost 5 or 6 games overall, like, win 3, lose 5, whatever it is, so that's kind of why it's taken so long, but I think it's worth it that way. I change up the content. Like, this was a really fun one and very unique, and you don't really see any Artifacts Selesnya lists running around. I certainly haven't. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I put some good effort into this one. Everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great day.